The government's revealed its $21 billion plan to get the country's transport back on track. But what does it mean for you? New motorway projects and a pothole prevention fund both are high on the spending priority list. Every one of the 15 new roads of national significance will be 4 lanes and fully separated from other traffic. A $25 increase in vehicle rego fees in each of the next 2 years is what's set to help pay for it. For motorbikes, trailers and ATVs, it'll increase by $28, while the rego for a moped will increase by $16.50. The fees haven't increased since 1994, but are still considered cheap by world standards.
A car registration costs just over $100 here. Across the ditch, it costs around $350, varying state by state. In parts of Europe, a registration costs anywhere between $480 to over $1,000, with drivers subject to carbon emission fees, weight surcharges and regional registration taxes.
Road users are also in for a 22 cents a litre fuel tax increase over the next term of Parliament, so the first hike won't happen till 2027.
Investing in these corridors will make it easier for Kiwis to get to work, where they need to go, and create a more productive and resilient transport network, drive economic growth and unlock land for thousands of new houses. Many Kiwis have experienced the terrible state Labor left our roads in, and this government is committed to ensuring the network is once again maintained to a safe and reliable standard.
Delivering reliable public transport's also been labelled a priority for the coalition government, with up to $2.3 billion committed to services. But that's already a slash of nearly $1 billion compared to what Labor had promised. Meanwhile, there's a renewed focus on using fines to enforce safety, as many haven't increased since the 90s. A seatbelt fine currently costs $150, but would rise to $278 if adjusted for inflation.
We knew that the roads that they were proposing were going to cost more than they had budgeted for before the election. It's somewhat ironic that they're now doing something that just a couple of weeks ago they were criticising the previous government for doing. They've released a huge long list of transport projects without identifying how they're going to pay for them. I think the government have got their priorities wrong when they're doing things like hiking fares for public transport users, cutting public transport, increasing vehicle registration fees and increasing fuel taxes when they said during the election that they were going to make cost of living their number one priority.
The first of the 2 increases to rego fees will come in January next year. The change is expected to bring an extra $530 million.
Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. To stay up to date with all the latest news from the New Zealand Herald, click the subscribe button below or check out one of the videos here. And head over to nzherald.co.nz for more details on these stories and more.